The American empire and the Zionist entity are intertwined, and the massacres we saw last night are some of the final nails in the coffin that is the American empire. And mark my words, the final blow dealt to the American empire will be by Palestinian hands. Liberation is near. Liberation is near, my brothers and sisters. Their crimes are only increasing because of their fear that they are losing. Their fear that justice will prevail. So all that anger that you're feeling today, all that sadness, do not let it turn to despair. Do not let it turn to despair. Use that anger, harness that energy, and continue resisting. You must resist. You must resist. What will you do? What will you do when the BBC tells you that this is a complicated matter? What will you do? When the world tells you that Palestinian lives do not matter, what will you do? When Keir Starmer and his goons arrest you because you spoke the truth, what will you do? We must resist! 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 If we continue on this track, I promise you, my dear brothers and sisters, that liberation will not only be near, but we will see it with our own eyes. We will see from the river to the sea. From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Thank you.
From the river to the sea! 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 Our next speaker is here representing Stop the War, one of the co-organisers of the national demonstrations and today's rally. Please give a very warm welcome to the chair of Stop the War, Alex Kane.
Thank you very much, and I want to thank you all for turning out tonight at very short notice, but for an important reason. As soon as people woke up this morning, they were contacting us, having heard the news about Israel's bombing of Gaza that Paris has outlined to you, and they were contacting us saying, what are we doing? Are we going to do something? And our response has to be, yes. We will be on the streets tonight, and we will be on the streets again and again and again until we see peace and justice for the Palestinian people. People were shocked and appalled when they heard the news this morning, but we probably weren't surprised. But let's remind ourselves that what Israel did last night was done with the permission of the US government and probably the permission of our government. They didn't do it on their own. We were here on Saturday with a very clear message to deliver to Downing Street, to Keir Starmer and to David Lammy and this government, that we want to see peace, that the ceasefire must hold. We want a permanent ceasefire and a rebuilding of Gaza until we see justice for the Palestinian people. The fact that we are back 3 days later repeating those demands is a shame on this government. David Lammy was right. David Lammy was right this morning when he said Israel has broken international law. We now hear that Keir Starmer says he was wrong. I think we should say David Lammy is right. Israel is breaking international law. And if Israel is breaking international law, there are two simple things that this government could do immediately. They should cancel the invitation to the Israeli Foreign Minister to meet MPs in Parliament on Thursday. If that meeting goes ahead, we will be outside Parliament on Thursday morning. As well as cancelling the visit, they should cancel immediately all arms sales to Israel and bring them to the Court of International Justice. As well as underwriting the killing of Palestinian people in Gaza, this government today has signalled its intention to push through £5 billion of cuts to disability benefits. That will kill people in this country. Our government is killing people abroad by selling arms, and it's going to kill people here by cutting disability benefits. And our message to this government is very simple. Join me in saying we want welfare, not warfare. Welfare, not warfare. Welfare, not warfare. Thank you very much. Solidarity, justice for the Palestinian people. Thank you.
Once again, thank you all for coming out this evening. I know many of you are fasting today, so just a reminder that it is time to break your fast. There are some volunteers handing out some water and dates, and prayers will be taking place at 6:45. Free, free!
Palestine!
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 Our next speaker is speaking on behalf of the Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament, one of the co-organisers of the national demonstrations and today's rally. So please give a warm welcome for the General Secretary of the CND, Sophie Bolt.
Thanks very much, and thank you so much for coming out in your huge numbers tonight. We send solidarity greetings from the Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament. We are utterly outraged by Israel's renewed bombing raids, which have killed more than 500 people, including children, in Gaza. CND is deeply concerned that the latest evacuation orders are the precursor to even greater, more prolonged slaughter. It has been clear for months that Israel has been sabotaging the ceasefire agreement, killing Palestinians every day in Gaza and the West Bank, destroying the possibility for peace. And it continues to breach international law by inflicting collective punishment, blocking life-saving aid, halting critical electricity supplies. It is trying to destroy the chance of life for Palestinians. And where is the condemnation from our government? People have said exactly shame. Just the other day, David Lammy admitted that Israel's siege of Gaza breaches international law. And yet now what do we see? Starmer rowing back, saying Israel only risks breaking international law. He's just manoeuvring his way right back to Israel's side. Disgusting, utterly disgusting. Instead, Starmer should be condemning Israel's violation of the ceasefire. Britain should be ending arms sales to Israel. And it should be ending its critical surveillance flights from Cyprus. The total impunity of this nuclear armed state risks the entire world. CND is deeply concerned that Israel, backed to the hilt by the Trump administration, is intent on pursuing not just the destruction of Gaza and the West Bank, but also even greater military expansion. In what looks like coordinated operations, the US has started bombing the Yemen again, this time killing over 100 people, overwhelmingly women and children. Exactly, shame. And we know change in Iran. He's using nuclear hypocrisy to justify military threats and more crippling sanctions in collective punishment against the Israeli people. So we condemn outright Israel's war crimes, its violation of the ceasefire. We condemn the US administration's continued enabling of Israel's genocide and call on this government to end its shameful support for Israel and stop all the arms sales now. Free! Free! Free!
Palestine!
Free! Free!
Palestine!
Solidarity!
Thank you so much. From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free!
Said from the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea. All right, our next speaker is the amazing Liz Wheatley, representing 1.3 million members of Unison, the union across the country. She's the chair of Unison's International Committee. Please give her a very warm welcome. Thank you. In our thousands, in our millions. In our thousands, in our millions. Solidarity, everybody, and well done for turning out at short notice tonight. Because we've witnessed over the last few hours, coming after more than 2 weeks where no aid has gone into Gaza and where electricity has been cut off, what we've witnessed has been horrific. Over 400 people murdered by the heaviest Israeli bombing in 2 months. And this only just after aid workers and journalists were killed, after iftar meals were targeted during Ramadan. Netanyahu has said that Israel will increase the military attacks. Already, we're seeing those haunting images again of bodies in the rubble of schools, and it will only get worse. He wants the war, the death and destruction to continue. And of course, whilst we've been looking at Gaza, the attacks on the West Bank have escalated. People are being driven out of refugee camps, settlers have been taking over more land, and increasing numbers of people are being killed and arrested. These attacks, bombs and murders come as the Israeli Prime Minister refuses to begin the second phase of the ceasefire. And he's doing it with the backing of Trump. We know that they cleared the bombing first with a call to the White House. They want to drive the Palestinian people out of Gaza, but we cannot let that happen. That's why we have to keep protesting on the streets, in our workplaces, our colleges and our communities. The police and politicians seem to think we shouldn't be protesting, but actually we have every right to protest against genocide, in the same way that we'll be protesting against the cuts to our services when we're told there's no money because it's all been spent on war. Because next week, Keir Starmer and Rachel Reeves will stand up and say that there's no money for the services that our members provide to you. There's no money for council housing, for education, for hospitals, and outrageously no money for disabled people. And they've already said that there's no money for winter fuel allowance, for child benefits, or for overseas aid. But they've never said that there's no money for bombs or for the arms industry. In fact, they've increased the amount of money they spend on war. How hard is it, Keir Starmer and David Lammy? How hard is it to do the right thing and oppose an apartheid system now? To oppose a government that has cut off aid, cut off power, and has systematically bombed Gaza from one end to the other? How hard is it to be on the right side of not just of history, but to be on the right side today, as hundreds more Palestinians are being killed? But actually, if they won't do the right thing, we will. We will send out a clear message. We want welfare, not warfare. We want an end to the arms trade with Israel. We want an end to trade with apartheid. We will boycott the products of apartheid. We will boycott the companies that profit from illegal occupation. We will divest our pensions because I'm a council worker. I pay part of my wages into our pension fund. And when I retire, I want to live on a pension that's free from the blood of death and destruction. And whilst we're here in Whitehall, we have to send out another clear message. Refugees are welcome here, and that includes Palestinian refugees.
They don't come here using loopholes. They have the right to come here. The language of loopholes is the language of saying Palestinian lives don't matter. And we have to say they are welcome here. And just as importantly, they have a right to return to Palestine too. Finally, we have to call for a permanent ceasefire, for a chance for Gaza to rebuild, and for justice. War crimes cannot be forgotten when the bombing stops. The war criminals have to be held to account. The companies that profit from apartheid have to be held to account. The institutions that tried to silence Palestinian voices have to be held to account. And we will keep marching. We will keep campaigning. We will occupy. We will divest. We will boycott until we have justice and until we have a free Palestine. Free, free! Free, free! Free, free!
Free, free! Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Our next speaker is here representing the Muslim Association of Britain, one of the co-organisers of today's rally. Please give a very warm welcome to Yasmin Adam.
Brothers, sisters, friends, Assalamu alaikum. How many more ways? How many more ways must we convince the world that Palestinian children deserve to live? How many more ways must we plead for their right to see the sun, to breathe freely, and not to be crushed under the weight of F-35s? F-35s that are supplied by this very government and that are currently wiping entire communities off the map. Had the world truly humanized a single Palestinian, we would never be standing here watching a live stream genocide. We would not be watching the blood of an entire nation be wiped off while our government is complicit. And that is why it is a moral imperative, it is not a choice, that we disrupt this genocide in every way possible. We can't afford to drown in despair. The time to act is now. The time to mobilise is now. The time to organise and to disrupt is now. We can't allow this horror to go by normalised. Because for every photo, for every video that we see, there are countless others that are undocumented. Thousands of lives are being lost and their names aren't being spoken. What we see online is hardly even a fraction of what is happening right now on the ground. It is our job to make sure that every single name, every single Palestinian name is remembered. Every bomb that drops in Gaza has this government's blood on it. It is our duty to hold them account. They want to hide behind false narratives, so-called self-defense, human shields, and it is our job to show the world exactly what this is. A calculated, systematic extermination of an entire people. They want us to forget. They want us to grow tired. They want us to be normalized by headline after headline. And for every atrocity, for every life lost, we must remember. Gaza has seen the worst of humanity. It has seen hunger, it has seen despair, it has seen disease. Yet Gaza still stands. From the rubble of destroyed homes, from the mass graves, Gaza has stood firm. They have resisted every attempt to wipe out their existence. They have resisted even when the world turned its back. They have resisted despite being left alone. They have resisted despite the suffocating indifference and silence. And they will continue to resist
one thing, we are not powerless. We are not defined by their indifference. We stand here because justice and accountability are not negotiable. We stand here because we will not rest until Gaza is free. We will not rest until every Palestinian child has the right to live, to breathe, to see the sun without the threats of bombs, of F-35 from the sky. May we never get used to the images of children dying under bombs. May we never get used to the body bags of children as they are torn whilst they sleep. And may we never stop, and may we never forget until every inch of Palestine is liberated. From the river to the sea, Palestine. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Thank you. Thank you so much. Free, free, Palestine. Free, free, Palestine. Free, free, Palestine. Free, free, Palestine. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. All right, we have to keep showing up here on the streets of London to the Palestinian people, because it is our institutions that enable Israel to continue its atrocities. PSC research has revealed that universities across Britain still invest hundreds of thousands of pounds in companies that are enabling Israel's genocide. But students are rising up. On the 28th of March, students across the country will be taking action in their institutions to demand full divestment as part of a National Day of Action. I'm hoping we're going to see protests in every single university, and we're going to try our chant that the students love: disclose, divest. We will not stop, we will not rest. Disclose, divest. We will not stop, we will not rest. Disclose, divest. We will not stop, we will not rest. Disclose, divest. We will not stop, we will not rest. All right, our next speaker is the amazing Glyn, the National Secretary of the Jewish Voice for Labour and captain of the Jewish boat to Gaza in 2010. Please give a very warm welcome.
Thank you. It's good that I'm standing here opposite Downing Street, having been expelled many months ago from the Labour Party on accusations of anti-Semitism. Boy, am I proud to be here outside Downing Street. I'm representing Jewish Voice for Labour, Jews for Justice for Palestinians, and all the other groups in the Jewish bloc. We're proud to become a significant contribution to the national demonstrations. Hundreds of us at the forefront of those demonstrations. And how dare the Board of Deputies accuse us in this movement, of this great Palestinian movement, of being anti-Semitic. We as Jews are welcomed with great solidarity on these demonstrations. There is never a hint of anti-Semitism on these demonstrations. The Board of Deputies, you may not know, only represents 20% of Jews in this country. I didn't make that figure up, it came from the Jewish News. We represent the Jewish socialist tradition that goes right back to the founding of Jewish organisation, the Bund, around the turn of the century, last century. And they warned them that if the Zionists created an ethnocentric state, they would reproduce the racism that they sought to get away from. And boy, was that prediction right. No way do we associate ourselves with Israel. No way do we associate ourselves with this genocide. We will not be associated with this barbarism, with this dreadful fusion of religious Zionism, Jew, Israel as an item, a defiler, a corrupter, which banishes Judaism, which follows out Judaism to back it with hate, supremacy, racism, extermination. And I tell you, if this is the light unto nations, then it is the laser light of the IDF sniper deathly spot on the child's head. If this is the Jewish identity, if this is the blinding light unto nations, then I am not a Jew, because I am a Jew for justice. I am a Jew against genocide. A Jew against genocide. It's not possible for us to be free until Palestine is free. Mandela was absolutely right. He said that South Africans would never be free until Palestinians were. Well, it's profoundly true for Jews, because the people who oppress another can never themselves be free. From all of the sea, we shall all be free. Solidarity!
From the river to the sea! 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 Our next speaker is here representing Friends of Al-Aqsa, one of the co-organisers of the national demonstration and today's rally. So please give a very warm welcome to Shamil Jordan.
Good evening. Assalamu alaikum. Look, I love the placards, yeah, but I love your faces even more. Knock down the placards for a little bit so I can see all these beautiful faces. All these beautiful faces that have come out in the cold. A lot of people fasting have come out for Palestine. But you know what? We didn't come out because Gaza is being bombed. We came out because the bombing of Gaza has been intensified. The bombing of Gaza never stopped. The bombing of Gaza never stopped. Since the ceasefire, over 150 Palestinians in Gaza have been killed. Israel has never been interested in a ceasefire. The humanitarian aid has been blocked by Israel. Shows that Israel has never been interested in a ceasefire. This is why we here have always must ensure that we are not here just for a ceasefire. We do not campaign for a ceasefire. We continue to campaign until we see an end to the siege of Gaza. We are here until we see an end to apartheid. We are here until we see the end of occupation. We are here until we see a liberated Masjid al-Aqsa. And that's why those of us who are fasting, we may be hungry, we may be thirsty, but we are hungry for justice. We are thirsty for the true justice for the Palestinian people. And that is why we are here, and that is why we must remain. Now let me give you some hope. Let me give you some hope. Today, many people broke their fast with cakes. About 15 years ago, Friends of Al-Aqsa began a campaign called Check the Navel. At the time, everyone said, these Israeli dates are everywhere. No one will stop buying and eating Israeli dates. But we said, if people know, no one will want to break their fast with Israeli dates. Fast forward today, 15 years on, we see when we go shopping the reduction of Israeli dates because everyone knows to check the label. What do you know? But this is because everyone here took the campaign into the communities and ensured that they check the label. What I'm saying here is that campaigns can be long, campaigns can be tiring, but we must continue because we see the success. Right now, people are thinking about Eid. During Eid, we have come together, we'll be lucky enough to spend Eid with our friends and family. But remember, those in Gaza will not have that luxury to spend with their loved ones. So during this time, again, renew our intention to do what we can. One of the steps we ask is making sure that there is no Coca-Cola on your Eid, during your Eid celebrations. Boycott! 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 And it's just not for Eid, it's beyond, it's for every day, it's something that we can do. And another campaign that always launches on the second week of Ramadan is part 2 of Check the Label. Check the Label, boycott Israeli produce. Make sure that everyone boycotts Israeli.
Boycott!
Check the label, boycott Israeli. We know these are things that are happening, that are working. So everyone continue those actions. Do not belittle those actions that we have. But for those of faith, one of the biggest things we can do is pray and make dua. So those, I know a lot of people already prayed, to pray to the back. We're going to have congregational prayers for those who want to pray Maghrib together at the back. And we're going to have make dua as we continue here. But everyone, thank you for coming out today. Do not give up. We continue. This will continue. We do not give up. We go on. Do we go on? Do we go on? Until there is a free, and let me see if it checks you guys listening. Boycott which drink? Boycott! Boycott! Check that! Check that! Check that! Check that! Thanks very much.
Of dates to keep in your diaries for the next week. There's an Egyptian embassy protest in Mayfair to hold the Arab leaders specifically accountable for their complicity in the genocide. That's on Friday the 21st at 5:30. And on March the 27th, there's a hearing at the Old Bailey of the Fulton 18 who are brave activists who put their liberty on the line for Palestine. Our next speaker is the amazing Janine from the Palestinian Youth Movement. So please give her a very warm welcome. Thank you.
Free, free! Free, free! From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the sea to the river!
Palestine will live forever!
In the last week
seen Israel starve our people and now reopen its war on Gaza. Shame! We have seen the Trump administration wage a war on our movement through arresting and deporting Palestinian student organizers. Shame! In this moment of horror and heartbreak, let us remember that the Palestinian people were not defeated in the first Intifada. We were not defeated in the second Intifada. We were not defeated in the invasion of Lebanon. We were not defeated in the war on Gaza in 2009, or 2012, or 2014, or 2021, or 2022, or 2023. In fact, after every assault on Gaza, our movement has only grown bigger and stronger. This moment must fuel your fury! We have now witnessed over a year and a half of genocide against our people. And throughout this year and a half, our people in Gaza, in the West Bank, across historic Palestine, in the prisons and in the camps, only grew more resolute and more steadfast. Our heroic resistance has only grown braver and stronger. And here in Britain, our movement has only grown bigger and more powerful. Here in the heart of empire and around the world, we have made Palestine unavoidable. Our movement has ensured that no politician, no weapons manufacturer, no logistics company gets a single moment's silence while our people are under genocide. We, the masses of the world, have made it abundantly clear that we will never rest, we will never tire, we will never waver until Palestine is free. We, the youth in the diaspora, have insisted that we will never, ever, ever abandon our struggle until we return home to liberate Palestine. And this is exactly why the criminal Zionist embassy of Israel and the criminal Trump administration have resumed their genocide. They want to destroy the Palestinian struggle from Gaza to the diaspora. But the Palestinian people have endured over 100 years of repression and aggression, and they are willing to fight for 100 more. The Palestinian people will never be defeated. The people in Gaza teach us every single day that the Palestinian spirit will never be broken. A year and a half into this genocide, our people in Gaza have endured unimaginable conditions, and they continue to remain steadfast on the land. And we are not passive witnesses to this. We have a responsibility, we have a duty, we have a worship here in the diaspora to continue driving our struggle forward. The Zionist embassy of Israel and the Trump administration have in the last 24 hours confirmed what we all already knew, that a ceasefire without an arms embargo is meaningless. That's why this morning, the Palestinian Youth Movement in Britain shut down most offices in Maidenhead.
Like this taxi.
We know that the political class of this country will never act in the interests of our people, and that's why we have a responsibility to enact a people's arms embargo. The holy month of Ramadan is a time for renewal and recommitment. It is a time for sacrifice, and it is a time for discipline. And so with our prisoners as our compass and the people of Gaza as our guiding light, let us recommit ourselves to a lifetime of struggle. Let us recommit ourselves to do whatever it takes to enforce an arms embargo, to completely destroy Zionism, to free the world! To free the world from the chokehold of Western imperialism, to free Palestine, and to free ourselves! Thank you so much. Free, free. Free, free. Free, free. Free, free. I want you to hold all your flags in the air as high as you can. Hold all your placards in the air. That's right. I want them to see us in Downing Street. In our thousands, in our millions. 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 From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. From the sea to the river. From the sea to the river. Free, free. Free, free. Free, free. Our next speaker is Andrew Murray, the former senior advisor to Jeremy Corbyn. Please give him a very warm welcome.
Thank you, brothers and sisters. We are in the presence of a crime for the ages. In all the last 18 months of the bloody genocide in Gaza, there has been no single day bloody as the last 24 hours, when over 400 and counting Palestinians slaughtered, including 100 children in a single hour. That's like blowing up 4 primary school classes of children in a single hour. There is no end to the Israeli bloodlust as they rip up a so-called ceasefire that they themselves had signed. It's never been a real ceasefire. But every minute throughout it, there have been outrages, ethnic cleansing, murders on the West Bank. There have been the blockade of aid going into Gaza, with Netanyahu taking a page out of Keir Starmer's book when he said, first of all, Israel has the right to stop water, electricity, food going into the suffering Palestinian people. And now they are bombing people who have been displaced one time after another. This is deranged sadism by the Israeli government, who are wanting to lay waste to Gaza so they can hand it over to President Trump to build his casinos. Now, the Netanyahu government is our enemy. But they are not the only criminals in this story. They are doing what they are doing now with the full support of President Trump, and anyone who was deluded enough to think that Trump was a man of peace can now think again. He is up to his arms in blood of the Palestinian people. But now, Netanyahu is a long way away, and Donald Trump is even further away. We have enemies much closer to home. Every step of the way, the Israeli genocide has been supported, funded, given diplomatic cover by the British government. We have enemies just across the road, in that building where the Balfour Declaration handed Palestine over to the Zionists on the basis of no rights whatsoever. And in Downing Street today, even yesterday, when David Lammy, with a rush of blood to his head, said Israel was breaking international law, Downing Street has said today, oh no it isn't, he made a mistake. Still, today, with hundreds of Palestinians being slaughtered every hour, the British government cannot find it in itself to breathe a word of condemnation of this criticism. It is the British government that is supporting. Also, let us salute the heroic people of Yemen, standing solid to the Palestinians against an attack organised and with the support of the British government. But we are not going away. The same government that's supporting Israel is trying to drive us off the streets. It's trying to say we must not protest. It's trying to say we can't go here, we can't go there. It is time we stop paying any attention to these restrictions on our right to demonstrate against genocide. And that, brothers and sisters, is what we are going to do. Thank you.
Free, free!
Palestine!
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 1, 2, 3, 4,
Occupation no more!
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Occupation no more!
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Free, free! Free, free! Thousands in our millions! In our thousands, in our millions! In our thousands, in our millions! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! From the sea to the river! From the sea to the river! From the sea to the river! Free, free! 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 Netanyahu has just given a speech saying that this is just the beginning. But this morning, Israel issued forced evacuation orders across Gaza, once again displacing many thousands and stressing it plans to continue its ground invasion. The Rafah crossing has been closed, and all of this follows 16 days of a complete blockade on the entry of all food, fuel and medical supplies. Babies in Gaza are freezing to death. Children are starving. Now hospitals are overflooded with desperate patients. It is impossible to imagine witnessing these scenes and not being moved to action. So we say to our politicians, shame on you! Keir Starmer! Keir Starmer! Keir Starmer! David Lammy! David Lammy! Keir Starmer! Keir Starmer! Keir Starmer! Keir Starmer! Free, free! 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 From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! From the sea to the river! From the sea to the river! Alright, MPs have been in a meeting in Parliament with the UN Special Rapporteur, Francesca Albanese. Woo-hoo! Some of them are on their way to join us, but in the meantime we'll have our last speaker, the director of the Palestine Solidarity Campaign, the incredible Ben Camel.
My friends, don't you remember when this ceasefire agreement was signed in January? Our political leaders, including the Mayor of London to be calm. All is all, and it's time for you to go back to your homes. All of your demands have been met. There is no longer a reason for you to protest, and at that time we made clear that we would continue to protest because we knew and we had learned over many years certain truths. Firstly, that Israel has breached every ceasefire agreement that it has ever signed, and here we are, 2 months later. Israel has violated the ceasefire agreement according to one calculation sent to the UN yesterday, 900 times in the last 2 months. Before yesterday dawned, it had already killed over 150 Palestinians by drone and sniper fire. It had violated every agreement about allowing in the flow of aid 16 days ago. It reimposed a full blockade in violation of the agreement, cutting off all supplies. And last week, as you know, it cut off the supply of all electricity to Gaza. 2 weeks ago, Netanyahu ripped up the agreement, imposed new terms, told Palestinians that unless the hostages were immediately released, he would unleash hell like never seen before. And now he is making good on that barbaric, inhuman promise, bombing what is left of the homes in Gaza, killing over 400 Palestinians, most of them whilst they were asleep, wiping out entire families. And friends, as you know, yesterday for the first time, David Lammy acknowledged that these actions were a breach of international law. But today we hear the Keir Starmer says no, they merely risk breaching international law. That is like me saying that if I break into my neighbour's home and club him to death with a hammer, I might risk committing the crime of murder. Today, over there, our leader continues the pernicious cooperation with genocide, continues to export the components for the jets used last night to massacre over 400 Palestinians. So as we said in January, this genocide has not ended. And as we said in January, this genocide is built on the foundations of 76 years of colonization and apartheid that Israel is rolling out, reinforcing with brutality right now across the West Bank, ethnically cleansing 40,000 Palestinians, destroying their homes and killing hundreds. So friends, we are not going back to our homes. We are not going anywhere. We are not stopping. We are escalating. We come here tonight to reinforce the demand for a full embargo now. We are calling for every shop and every business in the UK to stop stocking Israeli produce and stop selling Coca-Cola. And we are taking that demand to every town and city in the UK through our new Don't Buy Apartheid campaign. And we are reinforcing the call for every council and every university to stop their complicit investments. We do not stop. Remember the words of Omar al-Khalid, who said that one day, everybody will have always been against all of this. We, the community of resistance, are not waiting to be on the right side of history. We are occupying that position now, and we do not stop till every brick in the wall of apartheid that oppresses the Palestinian people is finally demolished, and on every inch of their historic homeland, they are finally living in freedom from the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. Thank you.
Free, 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 in our thousands, in our millions, 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 in our thousands, in our millions. Free, 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 free. Wait, when I say on to Margot, you say now. On to Margot. 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 Free, 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 in our thousands, in our millions, in our thousands, in our millions, in our thousands, in our millions. I say stop arming Israel, you say stop arming Gaza. Stop arming Israel. 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 Free, 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 from the river to the sea, from the river to the sea, from the river to the sea, from the sea to the river, from the sea to the river, from the sea to the river, from the sea to the river. Free, 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 free. One, we are the people. Two, we won't be silenced. Three, stop the bombing now, 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 now. One, two, three. One, two, three. One, two, three. Now, 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 now. One,
believe in revolution. Liberation, liberation. Liberation, liberation. We believe in liberation. People free the land. We the people free the land. Peace for stolen land. Peace for stolen land. Free the people free the land. Free the people free the land. Peace for stolen land. Peace for stolen land. Peace from a shame, shame. Peace from a shame, shame. All the crimes in your name. All the crimes in your name. Let it sign in your name. Let it sign in your name. Let it sign in your name. The people free the land. Free the people free the land. Peace for stolen land. No peace for stolen land. Get your hands up, Palestine! Zionism is a crime! Get your hands up, Palestine! Zionism is a crime! Get your hands up, Palestine! 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 Zionism is a crime! Zionism is a crime! Get your hands up, Palestine! Get your hands up, Palestine! Get your hands up, Palestine! Hands up, Palestine! Hands up, Palestine! Hands up, Palestine! Hands up the West Bank! Hands up the West Bank! Hands up the West Bank! Hands up Lebanon! Hands up Lebanon! Hands up Syria! Hands up Syria! Hands up Yemen! Hands up Yemen! Stop bombing 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 Gaza! Stop bombing Gaza! Stop bombing Palestine! Stop bombing Lebanon! Hands up the Middle East! 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 We are all Palestinians! We are all Palestinians! We are all Palestinians! Zionism has to fall. Brick by brick, wall by wall. Zionism has to fall. Brick by brick, wall by wall.